So in this video, we are going to see a detailed explanation of how the activities are performed in the admin panel, teacher panel, and the student panel. So let's log into the admin panel, and right from adding from the grade to choosing the curriculum till the end of it, raising a ticket, I will be showing you one by one. So here, as soon as you enter the admin panel, you have thought for the day. So today's thought we will enter. We have entered a thought and we post. So once the thought is posted, it is posted with the date and the time the thought is posted. And we enter a notice saying holidays start from tomorrow, and we just post it. So once we post it, if you see, scroll down over here and see, you get it with the date and time. Then as you scroll down, you have something called as the calendar. So when you conduct any event or anything, when you sign up for that event, you have a calendar which is there, and this calendar gets automatically updated. We have a sub-admin option over here. The sub-admin, you will just give a username and password and hit on submit. The sub-admin would be created. You have a curriculum. In the curriculum, we have given a list of curriculums that are used within the country. So if this does not match your requirement, you will always be able to send us an email, and we will be able to go ahead and update the curriculum for you. Then in the curriculum, you have grade option. We will be adding a grade. So when you click on add grade, it will ask you to select the curriculum. Let's select IB as the curriculum and add grade 5. Once we add grade 5, hit on submit. Now if you see here, the 10th one is added as grade 5 for the IB curriculum. Then you have adding a section for the particular grade. Let's go ahead and add section. We select the grade 5 that we just added. Section name would be A, and we update it. So 5A gets updated automatically. If you go to page 2, you have 5A and the grade ID is generated. This grade ID would be useful when you are doing bulk upload of the student, where you will be entering the grade ID to which grade you want to map the student to. Then you have adding the subjects. Let's go ahead and add the subject for that particular grade. Let's select the grade 5A and let's add the subject as physics. Let's add it as biotechnology because we have not given this anywhere. We have added biotechnology, and when you go next to grade 5A, you have biotechnology updated over here, and this is how you add the subject. Let's come to the teacher management. In this teacher management, you see I already have 3 teachers updated. In this 3 teachers, you'll be able to edit that particular teacher, delete the teacher, view the teacher activities, and also block the teacher. If you are going to block the teacher, it will ask you for a reason to block. Left the school, maybe the teacher is no longer there with you working, you'll be able to block that. And if you also want to unblock it, it will go ahead and unblock it for you. You see the symbol change over here. Now let's unblock that particular teacher. It will again ask you the reason for unblock. And back to teaching, and we hit on submit. So it gets automatically unblocked and it's approved by the admin. So let me show you how a teacher is added. So you have the first name of the teacher. You have email address, mobile number, date of birth, give it as 11/12/1989. Then the address can be anything of the teacher. We have given it, and you select the state, select the city, the highest qualification, university name. If you want to assign a class in charge, you can go ahead and assign it and hit on submit. So once you hit on submit, this particular teacher gets added into the system, and the passwords for that particular teachers are auto generated. If you see here, this is a teacher you have added, and this is a password that is generated by the system. So you can anytime go ahead and edit the password. If the teacher is finding it difficult, you'll be able to go ahead and edit the password for the teacher, and except for the email ID, you can edit all other details. Once you hit on submit, the password gets updated. A similar way, you have student management where you will be able to enter all the student details. Here you have the bulk upload where you'll be able to download the sample file which will ask you for the same details. And if you add a student, let me add a student and show it to you. And then student email ID, father's name, parent email ID, then the date of birth, then the gender. Student password is given by the admin because it is going to be tedious for the student to anyways type in the system generated password. So the password is given by the admin. So we click on the gradient section that we just added and hit on submit. Once we hit on submit, the student gets added in the database. So we're just waiting for the student to get added. So once the student gets added, they will reflect over here. If you see here, Meena Kumari is a student that we just added and it is approved by the admin. Again, the same activities: edit, delete, view and block. Then you have timetable over here. Timetable is basically where you will update all your live class schedules. So I'll go ahead and add a timetable for particular teacher that I just entered. So I'll add it for Tuesday. Wednesday, the start time I will update it as 9 o'clock. The end time I would update it as 10 o'clock. Period 1. The subject name would be biotechnology, which we just added. The teacher name is this. Grade and section would be 5A. And we hit on submit. So once we hit on submit, let's filter with the teacher name and search. You see Wednesday 9 to 10. This teacher has a biotechnology class. You have an option to update the timetable if you need to make any changes to the timetable, and those amendments will be shown over here. Like, let me show you in some other teachers details where the amendments are shown. Right now there are no amendments, so there is no amendments that is shown, but if there are any amendments, it will show up over here. We have Bookmaster. Bookmaster will be able to upload books. So I have already uploaded one book over here, if you can see. And if you view the book, you'll be able to see the details. You just need to fill in this form. Subject name, biotechnology, grade name, 5. Then book title, short description, long description, the author name, then ISBN number, price if you want to price it, otherwise you can give it for free as well, and any discount factor that you are updating, the cover page and the book PDF. When you hit on submit, the book is automatically added. So this is how the book gets added. Then you have event master. Event master, you can update different types of events. That is over here. If you see, you have register an event with the set category and subcategories. You can select category, select the subcategory, the grade you want the event for, event title, long description, the start date of the event, end date, start time, end time, event price if you want the price the event, and the document if you have any brochure for it and a cover poster for it, you will be able to update that and hit on submit. Then you have proctoring. I will show you a live test which I just will take in some time, and we will see the proctoring images over there. And you have ask a question. When you ask a question, it is there's this question which is already here: how to dissect a frog. When you view on it, you will be able to see all the answers. So if you see it over here, there is an answer by Manya which is saying it is done in the virtual lab. So you'll be able to post an answer and you will be able to update it. So here you will category and topic name, and if you have any document, you'll be able to show that as well. Then you have chat option. In chat option, you will be able to have again two options. That is your live one-on-one chat and a discussion room chat. A one-on-one chat is basically where you will be able to chat with one person, and discussion room is where you will be able to chat with the two many different people within the institute though. And you have support where you'll be able to raise a ticket over here. So if you see here, you have raise a ticket option, and then you have two options called inbox and outbox. In inbox, all the tickets that are raised by your teacher and student will be updated, and in outbox, the tickets that are raised by you will be updated. If let me show you an inbox, there is nothing available in the inbox. Let me show you an outbox. So if you see here, there is one ticket which I have raised, unable to view recorded videos, with the view option over here. So there is no reply yet on this, and if I want it to be resolved, I will be able to click resolve and update it. So this is the admin panel and the activities. Let's move on to the teacher panel, the teacher which we just created. shalu@gmail.com, and this is the password. Let's enter the password and move into the teacher panel. So if you see here, we have updated holiday starts from tomorrow as a notice. It is updated over here, and tomorrow is December as a thought for the day. We have updated that as well, and it gets published. Now let's go to the timetable part over here. If you see, we have added a class for Wednesday, which is for biotechnology. We'll see if we will able to go to the live session. So it will ask you how would you like to join this audio. We have microphone and listen only. Let's click on microphone and join in the audio. Now this sessions are auto recorded always, so there is no necessity for us to go ahead and turn on the recording every time we join a live session. The sessions are auto recorded, and we have multiple different features over here. Like if you see here, you have a plain whiteboard which has a multi-user on and off. If you turn on the multi-user, you will be able to give access to everybody who is there with you in the institute in that particular live class. So if you see here, there is nobody else apart from me, and that's why it shows up 0 as multi-users. You have a basic tools option like your hand, your pencil, your text box. If you want to clear any annotations, you'll be able to go ahead and clear annotations. That is your whiteboard. You can share particular notes over here in the panel within your live class. That is, if you would want the student to refer to any page number, you'll be able to go ahead and refer that. Now you have different types of options over here. One is startup poll. That is, you want to know how many students have actually understood your session and how many need a resession. You will be able to go ahead and start a poll. You have manage presentation, where you'll be able to go ahead and manage the presentation. That is, if you have any particular PPT, you want to display that in the class. You do not want to share your screen because you have particular information which is confidential and do not want to share it with the students. To avoid all these distractions, we have given this presentation option where you'll be able to upload your presentation within the live class. Let me browse one presentation and show it to you. I would need to look for PPT. Let me just check that PPT right here. I'll open it. And I click on upload. It's getting uploaded. And let me click on upload again. So if you see here, you will be able to see the presentation. I only have one page of the presentation. You'll be able to see the presentation within the live class. So you'll know there is no next page over here. So you will be able to go back and default. You have a default, so you are back to your whiteboard. Now you have an option share an external video, that is you will be able to share any video from YouTube, Venmo, Instructor Media, Twitch and Dailymotion. So you will be able to go ahead and view this. So let me show you how the video is done within the live class. Alright, so this, if you see the clarity, there is complete clarity. There is no lagging in between. And it also gives you suggestions, more suggestions on based on the video you play. So you'll be able to go ahead and stop that at any point of time and get back to your whiteboard. So as normal video conferences have, you have this option to share your webcam. You have this option to share your screen. In share your screen, you have an entire screen or the window or a particular Chrome tab. And you can go ahead and stop the recording at any point of time, pause the recording and resume the recording. There are many advantages with this. Two of the major advantages are there is no cap on the number of users to be joining in the session. They can be 100 plus users who are joining in the session, and also on the timing. This session does not get over by in 1 hour or 2 hours. There is no time cap over here. Even if you have a session or an event which goes on to about a full day, that is up to 12 to 24 hours, you will still be able to take that session without getting disconnected from the call. So this is pretty much how the live classes function. Let's move on. You have a history tab. The live class which was just recorded will sit in the history tab. It takes about 15 to 20 minutes for it to get recorded from the server and come down and get stored in your history tab. You have my videos option over here. In my videos, you will be able to add a new course and publish it. Let me add a new course and show it to you. The course title would be Basics of IT. Then you have select grade and the select subject will put at biotechnology. You have a course fee. We have disabled this course fee, but you will be able to add the course fee in case you want to give the course for any particular pricing. So you can go ahead and have a brief description of how it looks. So let me add a video over here, a trial video as to what would be included, and you can also give a detailed description of what would be included in the course for the student to know what they will be learning. So let me just update it as basics of IT included, and I will add this course. Once I add this course, it goes and sits in the teacher panel alone unless the teacher goes ahead and publishes the course. So if you see over here, this course is already created. Now when we go to the details, you have something called as add curriculum. So when we add the curriculum, you have curriculum details. We can update it as module 1. 3 different types of document, image, video or a PDF. Let me update a PDF. I'll choose a file. I'll update an ebook. Any course requirements or prerequisites. So I will update it as you will need a system to learn it, and then I will upload this course. Once this course is uploaded, if you see here, you will be able to see the trial video that we posted, and you will be able to publish the course. So once you publish this course will go ahead and sit in the admin panel as well as the student panel. So let's see that when we go to the student panel, if you're able to view it there. And we have shared notes. You'll be able to share your notes. Ebooks. We upload ebooks, or you'll be able to also view the ebook that is uploaded by the particular admin. So if you view a book, You have this option to view the book, and you have this entire book over here. So this is 100 moral stories of the book, and you will be able to view that book. Then we have test and assignments. Let us update a test, a new test. So enter the test name maybe as a Terminal 1 test, and we have the curriculum as IB. Your grade would be 5A. The subject would be biotechnology. These are taken from this drop down is basically from the admin panel where we have entered the curriculum and everything, and we update the course marks as 10, passing marks as 5 because we are doing a demo test, 10 minutes time. Total questions would be 2. If we can add an option if the questions are skippable or no. The test level can be determined easy, medium, hard. If there are any remarks for the teacher and the student, like for the student you may be updating as we require a detailed description about how the step-by-step procedure is done for answer 2 or something like that. You can just give them a heads up about what are the prerequisites that is needed. Then we hit you have two options, save and add questions. The save actually determines that you can save this particular form which you just filled and come back later and add the questions. But if you want to add the questions right away and assign the test, you'll be able to add the questions. Let's hit on save and add questions. Go back and sort order 1. This is how you want your order to be given. You have multiple options over here: objective, subjective, long answer, subjective, short answer. Fill in the blanks and true or false. So let's give subjective long answer, and we will ask them what is the full form of IT. And this is a code that you will have to select subjective long answer, and the weightage we will give them as 5 marks because we have given 2 questions for 10 marks. So we have already added one question, and there's another question that we'll have to add. Let's give true or false, and we'll update the same question. Full form of IT is information technology, and we select true or false. We give it as 5 marks. So once we exhaust the 10 marks and 2 questions, the system does not let you add any more questions. You will not be able to add any more questions over here. So we have given the total marks as 100 over here. But let's edit test details. Let's make it as total marks as 10. And we'll go back and save and add questions, update and add questions. Go back and cancel it. Let's add a new test again. Just for your reference, let me show it to you again. Terminal 1, curriculum would be IB, grade would be 5A, subject is biotechnology, total marks is 10, passing marks is 5, test duration is 10 minutes, questions would be 2, questions are skippable, no, test level easy, any remarks, no, and we go ahead and save and add questions. So once we save and add questions, now you see the total marks is 10, passing marks is 5. Let's again update the questions for our reference. We will update the same kind of questions. Full form of IT. Alright, then we give the weightage as 5 marks, subjective long answer, and add. So we have added one question. We have another question to add for 5 marks, true or false. Alright, we select true. give 5 marks. So once we update this, the system will not let you add any more questions. If you see here, the add questions panel is disappeared. It does not exist anymore. We will not be able to add any more questions. We will go back and assign this test to that particular students. So let's log out and log in again. So I already have some tests which are created over here. Let's go ahead and assign this only and we'll see. I select the grade and section. We'll select the student that we have, the Meena Kumari student. Select the date, that is today, 30th 11 2021. Select the time. Alright, and then we assign. So this test is being assigned. Now let's go ahead and see the other details. So once that is done, we will take the test at 20 to 10, 10 and see how it is. And we have Praxi Labs. I'll show you this in the student panel. Events can be answered. The ask a question remains the same like the admin. Chat and support as well remains the same like the admin. Let's log out and go to the teacher panel, student panel. All right. So this is the student panel. Let me quickly show you the Praxi Labs, how the Praxi Lab works. The remaining or everything remains the same. The timetable, courses, ebooks, events, test and assignment. We will take it once we have the time updated. So till then, let me show you how this virtual lab works. Virtual lab is basically where you can conduct your simulations, that is your experiments, completely online. It gives you the feel of a live environment of a lab, but it is done virtually on a 3D simulation. So once you have assigned an experiment, you'll be able to go ahead and take that experiment and update it. And when you click on that experiment, the lab first the system analyzes the lab for you, and the experiment and the apparatus, everything is prepared as per the requirement of the experiment. So we will wait till the lab is getting prepared for us, and then we will go ahead and proceed with the experiment. Alright, this analysis is based on the experiment details, the experiment requirement if you need anything. Now you have two options. We select English, and these are the basic controls. Then before we start the experiment, we also have a brief description about what we are doing in the experiment. First stage, second stage, third stage. And then once we read through everything, we click on next. We have the lab set up for us. So based on what we need for the experiment, all the test tubes, all the details are updated in the lab, and we will be able to go ahead and proceed with our experiment. So here you have a virtual assistant which will guide you on step by step over here. This is the lab setup. We are performing a DNA sample experiment. Before we get into the experiment, let me show you some options over here. We have PDF option where you get the complete PDF version of the experiment that you have been assigned to. So if you click on the PDF, the student will be able to read through that entire experiment. He will be able to go through it, see how it is done, what are the steps, the entire step 1, step 2, and the last solution of it. We have a DNA sample. We will use it in other operations. This is the PDF version. We have the animated guide as well. The animated guide is basically what is there in the PDF version is updated in a video format over here. So when you will be able to go ahead and watch it. So you have a complete version of the video, and you have a small enrichment like a did you know fact that we give the student just for an additional knowledge. At first DNA was invented in so and so year, that is year 1869 or so, by a person called Frederick Miescher. So this is all an additional information that we give the student just for his understanding. You have an exercise option where you will be able to go ahead and view your exercises as to how much you know about that particular experiment. You will be able to take that. Then the teacher will be able to go ahead and assign this entire experiment as a test as well. And when the test is assigned, the hints and the lab is the PDF and everything is turned off. So if you are idle for about more than 30 seconds, the next item starts to blink as to what you have to do. So let me show you a couple of steps in it. We open this. This is the RNase. We take about 10 microliters of RNase, and this pipette box opens. Let's dip it in the pipette. We have a pipette over here. Let's dip it in the RNase. So if you see here, you zoom in and see you have the RNase over here filled in the pipette. Now let's drop it in the solution, the DNA sample. So once we drop it, it's done. We close this RNase bottle and we disperse this. So we have a new one. Then we go to step 2. Step 2 is 700 microliters of the solution. So this is the one, 700 microliters. So you'll be able to take it and dip it in the solution again. You see you have a white color solution which is there. And then you can go ahead and drop it in the sample. So if you see, the sample also changes its color, and these white ice cubes that you see over here are basically an ice cube which allows you to give a real feel of the lab. So whatever chemicals have to be kept in the ice cube in the real lab will be kept in the ice cube over here as well, just to give you a feel of it, that you are performing the experiment in a live environment. So you have a water bath, you have a temperature controller, your mixer, everything over here. So this is how the experiments are performed. Now let's go ahead and take the test which is assigned. Let me quickly log into that student panel and take the test. So if you see here, you have Meena Kumari. You have an updated test over here. So let's go to test and assignments. You have guitar basics assigned by this particular teacher. Let's start the test. So as soon as you are on this test and assignments page, your camera automatically starts and you will be able to take the test. If your camera is turned off, you will not be able to take the test. This is because you have to do the proctoring. So let me show you how it is done. Let me start the test and how many keys are there in the keyboard. So this is something which, I will just take a couple of minutes, look here and there for you to know how the proctoring works, for you to understand how the proctoring works and what is the difference, how much is the time frame difference that is there in the proctoring and things like that. So let me show you that. So let me put it as 32 keys and then submit. And guitar is a musical instrument. It may be a yes or a no. So let's see what it is. We will be able to take that as well and be able to see what it is. Let's say true. And when we hit on submit and next, it is done. So the test is finished. When you hit on view result, you will not be able to see any result. It will be yet to declare. So let's go ahead and see our proctoring images in some time. But here again, you have the same my courses, what course we have updated from the teacher panel. You see here, you have basics of IT. This is the course that was updated. Click on details. You have the video of the course. It's already playing here. Then you have a file which you have updated. You'll be able to view that file as well. See here. You have it updated over here. We'll go back. This is how the course is viewed. Now here in this file option, you will be able to update the video as well, not an issue. So let me quickly show you the proctoring images and we would be almost done with it. So let's go to proctoring over here. You have guitar basics over here. These are the old ones. As well as the old one. This. So if you see, all these images are updated from a test that we have taken. So all are these images. Let me show you this. These are the different images that are there. Surprise test. So these are all the images that we have taken the exam for. So unless and until you will be deleting this, this will not get deleted. So what I can do. So this is pretty much about it, and if you guys have any questions or any queries, you may write to us at support@guruconnects.online, and our support team would be ready to assist you at any time and anywhere. So our support team works 24/7 round the clock. You may drop us an email and expect a reply from us within a day.